automatically go to your live post. Wouldn't that be smart? Instead of having to scroll down and down and down and down. I see last night's. I bet you it's on my computer. There we go. So I'm just going to share this quickly. If you wouldn't mind doing the same, that would be fantastic. Oh boy. How do I get out of here? I made a super cute sample that I cannot wait to make with you. Any guesses as to which bundle I'm using? Guesses? Where is Stamped AF? Let's share it there. I've got a puppy down here. Not the one you saw last week. This is Dixie. She smells food in here, so she is she's sniffing around like a maniac. So sorry. Okay, that's probably enough. Okay, so let's get this craft on. Oh, really? Any guesses before I turn this around? Hi, Karma. Thank you for joining. Okay, no guesses? There's a hint in the title of tonight's live. Dixie's just gonna say hi while you type. Thank you so much, Wendy. Good morning. It is 7:30 on Wednesday. It feels like Thursday. I cannot wait for tomorrow because tomorrow is the demonstrator pre-order and I know what I'm getting. I'm kind of disappointed that there's not more on it, but also I will save some money and have my catalog launch and my BOGO sale and have more money to put towards product. So there's that. Okay, I'm gonna flip this around and we'll get our craft on. I almost pressed finish. We don't want that. Isn't she a sweetie? She's not so happy. If you get dizzy, just cover your eyes for a second. Not so crazy about Mika. It took a few days. Okay, it's telling me to rotate my phone, but it should be okay. That should be enough light. This is what we're making. And before you think, I don't like that sweet, let me show you something. Whoopsie. Amazing. It's a pull-out card. A hidden tab card. I was watching some Jennifer McGuire today and I thought, ooh, that would be cute with this sweet. I also thought about doing it with the PS You're the Best. It would be super cute with this, but I was kind of running out of time and I didn't know what I would put on the paper, nor did I know which paper I was going to use. So let's go with this sample because almost everything on here is retiring. Hi, Jackie. Thank you for watching. Everything except obviously the Whisper White cardstock, the Coastal Cabana cardstock, and the stitched rectangles, but everything else on there is retiring. So I'm gonna try and make this video not last 5 hours long. It didn't take me that long to make it the first time, but before I forget, I want to show you a super cute project. This is, the design is Connie Stewart, and it says, "Love is a warm cup of tea." And if you don't know, the Stamping Society's tutorial went live today. So if you live in Canada and would like to place a $33 order, you will get that tutorial for free. You can purchase it for $9.25, or you can join my team. It is available throughout the entire world. You can shop, you can purchase it from any of the demonstrators. You must shop with a demonstrator in your market. So little shameless plug there. But this is my card from today's blog hop if you haven't checked it out. It is fantastic. We were very sad to lose Jenny Hall recently, but Kelly Atchison jumped in as the U.S. demonstrator, so go and check it out. It's awesome. Hey, Andrea. Thank you for joining. Okay, so this is Connie's design. I changed it up a little bit. Love is a warm cup of tea. I used the rose. I did still use this Petal Promenade paper, and then look how cute. I'm not sure I'll be able to. Oh, never mind. So I'm taking this to work tomorrow because I'm not a coffee drinker. I'm a tea drinker, and I thought this would be super cute to keep on my desk. And maybe people will ask me to make them some, and it'll spark a conversation that I may not have had otherwise. Okay, so enough about this. Oh, Andrea's hopping on to all the Canadian lives tonight. That is awesome. I'm guessing Wednesday is a good night for that. Okay, so this is the card we're making. My live is frozen. Okay, I'm just waiting like 2 seconds here till I make sure that I am well within the frame. Okay, we're good. So that is the card we are making. I have a Whisper White thick card base somewhere in this mess. Right here. I have already cut this out, but I want to show you, I mean, this is fairly simple. We're going to do gummy bears this time instead of these little wrapped candies. Now, I did have a little piece of acetate here, like the window sheet, so that you could pull on it, but it's really hard to keep it attached. And this kind of works, and it helps it keep it on the right angle to tuck it back in. So let's do it. I've got a piece of Whisper White regular cardstock here for my little framed piece. Just gonna grab a piece of washi tape. So what is everyone up to this fine Wednesday evening or Thursday morning, depending on where you are? I'm guessing that the people that are in Australia and New Zealand have placed their catalog pre-order. Lucky ducks. I'm looking forward to that tomorrow morning. Oh, there's too much stuff. So like I mentioned at the top, if you would like to get early access to the annual catalog pre-order, just join my team. Ugh. I need to stand up. Oh boy. I did not have my thin die adapter in there properly. That's why that was so difficult. With the loss of the Big Shot, it will not be in the annual catalog coming up. Make sure that you get all your Big Shot supplies. I clearly need a new thin die adapter because that's not the first time that has gotten a little crunched. So anything that is Sizzix, basically, if you want a replacement of it, make sure you get it ASAP, because they are not carrying forward to the annual catalog and they are while supplies last. So cutting pads, cutting plates, embossing pads, the die brush, the multi-purpose adhesive sheets, etc., etc. And before I forget, my product of the week this week is designer series paper from the annual catalog, the current annual catalog, of course. So if you place any order for DSP, I will even extend it because we're using Occasions DSP tonight and this is retiring. So order any DSP from me by Sunday at 8 p.m. Central and you will get a gift from me. Okie dokie. Okay, we are going to cut out one more of these lids while I have the Big Shot out. still got a piece of tape on here from when I was doing this earlier. I am trying to have it where I have my project planned out. I'm not creating on the fly like I used to because one, it gets kind of stressful, and two, it's probably not as much fun to watch. I mean, there is still some stuff that I wing, but for the most part, I know what it is I'm doing. During my live anyways, the rest of life I have no idea. Okay, I think that is all the big shotting for now. We've got one little sentiment that we'll cut out at the end. We're done with these. I just cut these into little strips so that I could maximize the containers. Okay, now to get the lid, we are just, I'm gonna move this out of the way because it's probably distracting. Put pre-order in at 4 a.m. Look at you go, Wendy. I'm not getting up that early. I was able to see a sneak peek of what it is that the Australians and New Zealanders were able to order, and there's a little bit on my list, so I don't feel like I need to get up super early to get it. I am so scared that I'm gonna forget a step and not be able to recreate this. So one of the first things I did was I took a piece of the window sheets, and you're not gonna see this, so I had stamped this with StazOn before, but we're just going to cut this. There's really no science to this yet. We're gonna cut that part off, and we want to make sure that this is going to fit within our container. Let's angle it a little bit more. Do. And you want to make sure that you are checking on a regular basis to make sure that it's going to fit. So we don't need all of this stuff on the top. So let's cut that off. Now I used Tombow. Sorry, my messy hair is totally getting in the way here. I have quite a bit of this paper left, and there's no way I'm going to use it all by the time May is over. So I'm not too concerned about wasting. So just cut this to the size of your acetate. Oh, my May newsletter came out this morning. If you are not already a subscriber and you would like to stay up to date on all things Stamped AF, be sure to subscribe. I announced my upcoming Stamparatus class, which will be awesome. So there will be a few different price points. There will be a bundle for those that do not yet have the Stamparatus. There will be a bundled price for those of you that do have the Stamparatus. There will be a tutorial for those of you who are not in Canada. So whole bunch of options. And I've recorded the video. I haven't edited it yet, but I am thinking that I may refilm it. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see. But stay tuned. There will be more coming on that. So I'm just cutting really small pieces of dimensionals. Half a mini we'll do here. Okay, so that is the front lid. Here is the back one. The back one doesn't even actually have to be a lid. It could just be that shape, but it sure did make it easy to cut to size by having that little piece. Okay, cut this little bit off. Now we're gonna take, when I did this card, you can see I had some of the little candies. I had already cut them, die cut them. This time we are going to take this piece of DSP, and I barely have any of this left because I love these little dots. But we are going to take a couple of gummy bears. So let's take this little piece here. I thought about doing jelly beans too, but I didn't want to cut out a whole bunch of jelly beans. So I'm just going to fussy cut this. This sweet will be in my BOGO sale, which is part of my catalog kickoff party, which will be on Saturday, June 8th. Time is TBD. So for those of you in the area that will plan on coming to my sale, I sell everything that is retired. For me, there's really no point in keeping it. Now, my one exception to that is my large letter framelits, because I think that was a mistake. And I only got them a few months ago. It was a half off item, but still I have not gotten my use out of them yet. But everything else I have will be at my BOGO sale. And if you don't know what a BOGO sale is, you choose retired product, and all of it will be marked with the price. It's on par pretty much to what I bought it for. And you choose the equivalent amount in new product from the upcoming annual catalog. I wish they had gummy bears in different colors. I want more than Coastal Cabana and Gorgeous Grape. Boo. Now, I would love to be able to pop these guys up, but then this wouldn't work. So let's, when you're gluing these down, make sure you get every little piece down, because you don't want it interfering with the slit. And don't put them too low either, because they will be lost and you won't be able to see them. Whoops. I don't have my take and pick tool out. Okay, let's cover up part of that guy. I am going to color them with my Wink of Stella, just to make them look a little more like gummy bears. Whoa. You guys are so quiet tonight. Thank you for sharing, Chrissy. Wendy says, one advantage of insomnia. I am happy to say I do not suffer from insomnia. Getting up to go to the bathroom 5 times a night, yes, but not insomnia. Okay, so we'll let that sit for a few minutes so that that Wink of Stella can dry and I don't smudge it. Just set that off to the side. Dixie didn't get any food, so she wants out. Now, we are not going to do Coastal Cabana for this one. I'm thinking we're going to do Gorgeous Grape. So let's pick some DSP. I do have a couple of little pieces left. Ooh, we could do this too. It's already cut. What do we think? Do we want this Melon Mambo or Lovely Lipstick? That could work. Let's get a piece of Gorgeous Grape and see. The other option is we could do it on this one. Let's do this one. I really like this paper, which is why there's only one sheet of it left. Ooh, the other thing we could do is this one. Okay, so I told you I planned out the project. I did not, however, plan out this DSP part. A little too busy. So I'm just going to trim this down. I thought I was almost out of this paper. It turns out I had it hidden. I do still think I'm going to use that piece of Gorgeous Grape, and I'm just going to cut this down to, what is this? Centimeters. It is 3 by 4.5. So I've cut this to 3 1/4. Oh, I wanted it smaller. Why did I do that? Let's just do it here. When anyone asks where it fell off, where it went off the tracks, it was right here. Okay, let's take off all that. There we go. Now let's glue this guy on. Actually, no, let's not. So I did it the hard way the first time. Let's do it the smart way this time. So this is where we need our little slot to go. So I'm gonna say we need it about, let's say at about 2 3/4. So I am purposely pressing this super hard. Now, if I move it over just a tiny bit, it will be wide enough that I can get my scissors in here and trim the rest of it away. So the video that I was watching of Jennifer McGuire, she was using a die from Concord and 9th, and I thought, oh, that's clever. We don't have any little punches that are that small, but I thought back to a video that I saw by a UK demonstrator that was talking about using the Simply Scored to cut a little slot like this. So it came in handy. Now, it probably doesn't need to be that wide. Hopefully I didn't do it so wide that the lid will go right through. Kind of close. So let's try that again on this side. Sorry, I got a little overzealous. So this time, let's do this. So I'm not sure if you caught my Facebook Live last night, but Tuesday night seems to be a good night to go live. I may do that after this 6-week stint of retiring and new Facebook Lives is over. I had pretty good numbers last night. Okay, now this time it does not go through. Awesome. So we're done with the Simply Scored. Just gonna keep a little piece of Whisper White there because we need to put like a little stopper on here. Because we don't want this to go through the hole. So we need it to be bigger than that slot. I don't want to pull too hard now because it could come off. Let our glue set for a moment. And while we are doing that, we can put this guy on. Now, unfortunately, he does not cover that little spot. So, let's try this one more time. So this should be about that size. Let's get that Simply Scored one more time. Sorry, everybody. Okay, let's get this right this time. So we want to mark it. This is about as wide as we want it to go. The fun of a Facebook Live, I can't edit this part out. Now, hopefully we can slide this piece through. We cannot, but we can do that. Now I want to take just a little bit more because we're still getting stuck here. This is the beauty. You can keep adjusting until it's just right. But like I said, you want to keep checking it all throughout the process because you don't want to get to the end and realize that it didn't work and it won't open. So here is the point where we can attach this. I think I'm going to hold off just a minute though because I'm worried that I might have missed a step. So this one's popped up. Now what we need to do is we need to put a stopper down here. That one for something else. Let's just use some of these pieces because it doesn't have to be perfect. You want it to be all the way down, and this is to keep it from sliding all the way out. Although if you've done this piece right, it shouldn't. Okay, so we've got that. Now we need to run some strips down the sides. and you want to give it a little bit of room. You don't want this piece getting stuck as it's going up and down, so don't put it too close. That should be good. And we're gonna put dimensionals all over the place while we're down here. While we're on the back side here. We don't want this dipping down. Okay. I will upload this to YouTube afterwards, so if you're catching this on the replay, you can speed through. I know I don't like to sit through long videos, especially where things aren't going right. You want to make sure this piece stays down, because the first time I did this, it got stuck on one of the sides, and then of course it wouldn't move. Let's make that just a little bit smaller. Now, before we do that, I'm just going to emboss this quickly. This is the dot to dot embossing folder, and it too is retiring. Wasn't a pattern that I particularly enjoyed when I first saw it, but it has grown on me. Be sad to see it go. The embossing folders really are getting stripped. There are a whole bunch of them that are going. And if you missed my video last week, I did have a catalog walkthrough so that you can visually see what's retiring and what's staying. If you want to catch that, it was last Wednesday, I believe it was. Okay, now this is the part where you want to make sure this hasn't gone and attached itself somewhere where it shouldn't have. So let's put this down, try and center it on all four sides. Okay, it still moves freely. There we go. Just wiggle it a little bit to get it where it needs to be. Now we can go and adhere this part. We are going to pop this up on dimensionals as well. Since it's just GSP, let's use another one in here. The Everything is Rosy medley, product medley went live today. So I think everyone and their dog is posting about it, but it is going to sell out fast. So if it's an item that you want to get, I would suggest ordering it today. And if you're looking for my current host code, it is on my website. Now that isn't popped up quite as much as I'd like it to be. I might do one more lid on here. I think I'm just going to fussy cut it. I don't want to take the die out one more time. If you're on the fence about the Everything is Rosy product medley, the Artisan Design team had a blog hop today, and I haven't had the chance to go through it yet, but I did see Jennifer Picard's. She is our Canadian artisan design team member, and her project, as always, is her work is just incredible. So go on and check that out. Okay, and one more little piece just for that top. Fine, forget you then. Let's put one more right there. That's better. Okay, it also gives us a lot more to grab. I'm gonna pop this up. Something is not sitting right in here. There we go. It sticks a little bit, but it will be okay. We're almost done. And for those of you that have stuck around, thank you. And I am sorry. Crafting doesn't always go as planned, even when you have done your sample. Okay, so this frame just helps to break it up a little bit, especially on this one. Break it up from all that Coastal Cabana. Now, I had stamped the word treats onto a scrap of Whisper White, and it is using Pineapple Punch, and I think I'm just going to use that because it's here and it's ready and it's easy. Just run that through and then we'll be done. I thought about adding some ribbon or something to this, but really there's a lot going on. So it doesn't need it. We're just going to glue this part down. A little bit more. Okay, and there we go. Notice how we've got so much Wink of Stella on those gummy bears, so I'm just going to add a little bit to the ones out here. This one's almost empty. Okay, my friends, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I may end up taking this one apart yet just to get that one piece fixed. But there we go. This one is quite a bit higher up. So keep that in mind. We could have actually used this bigger die, but I think that might have been a little overwhelming. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you will join me again on Tuesday for another new product Facebook Live, and then next Wednesday, a week from now, for more retiring favorites. And if you missed the post today, these were the new cards that we made last night using a fun technique. The lighting is doing nothing for them. So it's been a fun week so far. I didn't mount this to a card base, but I will. And I will post some pictures when it's done. So I thank you for joining me. Thank you so much, Karma. It was a bumpy ride, hey? Anyways, you enjoy what's left of your evening or your day, and we will see you soon, my crafty friends. Bye.